Okie dokie, we are back again with another car review. This time we are looking at Battle Spec. Now, unfortunately, this is one that I have already done, but I'm doing it again. Actually, fortunately for me, I had actually only done 2 car reviews when the update came through. I was supposed to do a little more tonight. We got a bit lucky on that one. Alright, Battle Spec. Already I feel like this is just moving a lot faster than the baseline did. It feels a little grippier. It is pulling to the right. That I'm not a fan of because it's going to catch me air if I'm not careful. This is very much trying to center itself in the middle of the track, which to me isn't ideal, but it is so much faster than baseline, and I do like that. It is a little harder to keep straight, which is surprising because baseline was impossible to keep straight. I think the issue here isn't that it's not staying straight, it's that it's not responding to my steering as well. It is constantly trying to correct itself, which is not ideal when, I want to be in control of the car and the car feels like it's resisting. Not a fan, but that's fine. It's fine. It is so much faster. We're averaging about we're averaging about a door to the face. Cool. It was about a 390 that we were averaging through here. Again, yeah, the car is just being dragged by gravity. I think it's just so much downforce. We will see how we go though. It is just gaining speed here. So this is seeming like a much better car to use than baseline in general. I have way more nitrox than I did here last time. Let's go. Look, it was a wreck, but wrecks are fine. We still have so much more nitrox because I'm not trying to fight the fact that the car is the slowest thing in the world. I feel like we're going to have a much better time with the Acceladrome, provided we don't land upside down. Now, I don't know about this update, but in previous updates, if this car lands upside down, it is stuck. You have to waste all your nitrox to try and fix it. I'm able to do this so much faster now. Big fan of that. Let's hope that the water physics slow me down enough and don't land me on my roof. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're going to go with the safe dome. Alright, again, it's not opening very quickly. It still seems to be opening a bit quicker than previously. Alright, we still have over 500 nitrox here. We've used far less nitrox and I feel like we are way faster. This thing's just flying at 480, but it is going downhill currently. This is so much quicker. This is a lot more of what I expect from PA. Baseline may need a speed buff. Like, if this is what it's up against. This could just be the fastest car in the game. I don't know. But I guess we will find out. It was just cruising at about 390 before. It's dropping some speed fast here. But it is still quite happy in the 450 range. Being over 400 is quite nice for speed. Now we're going to look at the end of the path here. We're losing a lot of speed here. That's because we are going uphill. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, it's just climbing at this 340 point, which is something baseline could not do without nitrox. This car is drastically faster. I haven't even gone hard here. This has been a very casual run and I'm just missing out on the 430. .437.88, that is beautiful. I'm a big fan of that. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's really, really nice. you're going to go. Just relaying information here. Cat wants to know if it is possible to still do these realms in good time. Which, obviously, it can. It's not as light as baseline, so I didn't just fall there, which is great. I'm a big fan of that. Oh, that was probably my own fault. Lost a fair bit of time here. Oh, we managed to save it and land on our wheels. Brakes are a lot better now, which was something I was told was likely to be the case, is that the car brakes will work a lot better than they have in previous updates. Oh, it is just turning drastically sharper once it does hit that point now. Which is really good if you need to like slow yourself down in a hurry and not end up like that. If you need to slide to a stop, it does seem a lot easier in this current patch. I forget what car was doing it before. I think it was Power Rage was doing that before. So it's good to see that I can now do that in Battle Spec. Oh, that was good that I was able to maintain. Oh, that was just too tight. She is okay, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, that was my fault. Again, nitroxing will apparently slow you to a stop quickly as well. It takes away a lot of your momentum. No, not nitroxing, jump jets takes away a lot of your momentum. This car, I don't like that it very quickly swaps from drift to skid to a stop, or just instant right angle. It's a very fine line between understeering and oversteering, and hitting that is quite difficult. But overall, like, obviously, like, I did that slower than I did in baseline, that section. However, I made a lot more mistakes. So, and it looks like this is going to be one of those cases, hopefully, if all goes well, it's going to be one of those cases where this car is better for things like pipeline, but baseline with its slower speed is better for tracks like Cliffside, where you have a lot of turns. And just as a reminder, the reason I do choose these three tracks is because I'm not fighting track hazards. Other tracks have hazards which can affect things. This is purely just driving the car, and the tracks have different degrees of complexity. Metro, for example, would be too easy, and you're not really testing much of your car's abilities in something like, oh, that was also quite nice. In something like Cybergrid, you're not really testing your car's abilities. Oh. Now, as easy as it would be to reset from here, I don't want to, because that's what causes the game to freeze. So I will be, unfortunately, having to go again. I'm very much not happy with how that first bit went. Kadeem's another realm that I would love to drive more. But again, for these reviews, it's probably not ideal just because it doesn't have... Alright, now staying on this is a little harder in this car. It does have that lean, which I was complaining about on Pipeline, and that is very much affecting me on the ramp there. So I don't know what that is. It could just be because the car has extreme downforce. Not really. Oh! Ah, Jesus Christ. my friend. I've gone for the reset here just to save myself a good 20 to 30 seconds. I will be taking it a little easier through here. I was driving this fast and it has not worked. Yes, the game will freeze at some point while drifting now. If my theory about what causes that freeze is correct. This thing, it just pulls left, it pulls right, and it's just not fun. It's just very difficult to drive in a track like this, or on a loop at least. Here it won't have that pulling left and right issue because it's not fighting gravity in any way, shape or form, it is just sticking to the track. It is, however, just, I don't know, that was not fun. Its drifting is not quite tight enough for this track in my opinion. Then again, if you could just throttle control like I did there, that was beautiful. Personally though, I've spent too much time on that guardrail. We'll hopefully be able to get to the better section before the game freezes, but we'll see. God, it just... Alright. I'm gonna call it for Battle Spec here because it's actually starting to frustrate me with how bad this is for Cliffside. This was a great car for the other two tracks, wider corners. Once you hit these tighter corners, it's so easy to come off. It is so unbelievably easy to come off because it just doesn't turn tight enough. And anything with like a bit of a loop to it, it does turn by itself. And yeah, because of the sensitivity between its light turn and its sharp turn, and how drastic that change is, you have two options on a track like this, and it is turn too small or turn too much, and either way you're coming off the track. So it's a good car, it does it fast, it is so fast. Oops, let's drop the nitrox, see what kind of speed we can reach up here. It's quite easy going to clock over the 270-ish of baseline and just keep climbing. It has so much downforce so that when you do catch air it sticks to the track. The downside is it's just not very good once the track is no longer smooth, and it's not good on them tight corners, and even kind of struggles on the long corners where you don't want to be too tight. You know what, we're here. Let's do it. I might have already finalized my review, my thoughts. Oh, that was mint. I still stand by everything I said. I was on the outside of that corner way too much there. And here for these corners, I kind of need, you kind of need to throw it into the tight turn, which is not ideal. This thing has a terrible turning circle if it's not out of control. Jesus, camera, work for me, please. Like, for a corner like that, where I need to stop dead, like, that's the issue, is if you go for that tight turn, it does kind of stop dead, and if you're not doing the tight turn, it just doesn't have enough cornering for these corners. Throttle control could be the answer. If you can manage throttle control, this car might actually be amazing. But it's just so easy to come off this track. That is Battle Spec for you. Outside of tight corners, it's better than baseline. If I was to just compare the two directly. But when you hit a track like this, I take baseline every time out of these two.